welcome. Are you ready to start writing? Let's get right to it.
So, should you self-publish your writing or go the traditional route? Friends asked me this question and I wanted to draft a quick response. And it's a good idea if you are working on a project to have some goal in mind as to where you want to put your writing. Do you want to publish in a magazine, online, or do you want to publish a book? So let's think about these options. And the main goal at the moment is to think about self-publishing or traditional publishing. My next question would be, how long do you want to wait for your goal to be achieved? Because if your dream is to publish a book, it's a great idea to go ahead and try self-publishing. If you try to go through traditional publishers, you could spend your lifetime trying to knock on doors and find the appropriate avenue for your work. And most publishers tend to say they are not receiving manuscripts at this time. And then they might suggest you find an agent. And this is another long process of drafting letters and waiting for months. You could get rejections, but you could also get no reply at all, which is very discouraging to be waiting for months and not to have any kind of response or any kind of feedback to your work. So you don't know if it's good or bad or indifferent. At least if you take the route of self-publishing, you are teaching yourself skills along the way. You will be learning a lot, and it's good for you to learn, even if you think that it is just for your own personal self-development. It is really good for your brain to be learning new things. Your body might go to the gym or do workouts or walk, but your brain also needs to develop and grow, and this will challenge you and help you to perfect new skills. In my previous video, I highly recommended editing apps such as Grammarly to help you to check on your little mistakes or repetitive errors that you don't even see. Friends can also point this out, or your writing group, but editing apps are very useful. And another app I would love to recommend to you is some kind of a design app. So I use Canva, for example, and you can use the app to design your book covers, to prepare social media promotions. And what is great is that most of these apps will have a free version. So if you're just starting out and you have a low budget, you can try the free version, see if it is something for you, see if you like it, and try it out. And there are a lot of features on the free version. I have designed these book covers that you can see. One is a fantasy novel or fantasy book, of short stories. There is a children's book, a book of detective stories, and then also a book on improving your English. So there's a wide variety of elements, pictures, designs that you can choose and try out and experiment and see what would work for you. And then if you start to feel more confident and you think you will use it a lot, you could go on to the professional version and you would get a lot more features, things that you can use to really develop your skills. And if you are just starting out as a beginner writer or publisher, I would recommend KDP and Amazon because they have a step-by-step format where everything is very clearly laid out, and it is a difficult process initially, and it does help for you to see the tutorials, for you to see what is the difference in print sizes and book sizes, and not to feel overwhelmed by all of the information. So you can take it step by step, and they have the KDP Create for your adult books, and they have the Creator as well for children's books. And you can download those onto your computer, onto your laptop, and use them to prepare a more professionally presented book that will be accepted by the publishing process. And then, if you want to remain exclusive to KDP, they will assign you a free ISBN, which is the book's ID. And if you want to publish onto other sites, you will have to buy your own ISBNs. So don't worry too much about every single detail at first. The best thing is just to get started and take it step by step as you go along. At least when you take this opportunity, when you take this chance of using what is already out there, using publishing tools, you can achieve your dream. And you don't feel like you are sitting and waiting forever for something that is never going to happen. So in this way, you are driving your own goals forward. You are achieving your own dream, and it will give you a sense of accomplishment. It will give you a sense of achievement. And even if your first book or two are perhaps not the best, you will be able to have something to improve on. When it comes to marketing, this is unfortunately a bit of an Achilles heel for most writers, isn't it? It is not our strong point because we tend to be introverted, we tend to be shy, and we're not good at selling ourselves, especially when it comes to competing with huge industries that have got a lot of money and are able to put their products front and center of every bookstore. So it's a lot to compete with, but what you can do is think about your social media and try to ramp up or increase your social media presence so that people are aware of what you are doing and what you have to offer. In some areas, you may be able to offer bookstore signings. You might have a good relationship with your local bookstore. You need to have your own website where people can see what you have done. And you can also consider things like merchandise in the future and perhaps creating videos to explain what you have done and what your books are about. What is amazing is that at the moment, the world is seeing an outpouring of creativity from writers, which I think is absolutely wonderful. A lot of people have slated this and say, oh, there is substandard material or very poor books out there. But I think it is wonderful that for once, writers have got some kind of control over their own destinies. They are able to produce such a variety of genres. So anything and everything, from poetry to novels to short stories, romance, adventure, crime, thriller, etc. There are so many different options that people can try their hand at, and it is really interesting. And I do believe that people can only improve if they try. So if you don't try at all, then you don't have any options. One of the most common criticisms of self-published books is that the editing is not of a high standard. Another is that the design like cover design, is not professional. And these are two aspects that unfortunately cost money. And most self publishers do not have the resources, they don't have that amount of money to throw at editors or designers. But what I would suggest is just to make a start. As I have said, you can start with your editing apps, with your design apps, and just give it a go. Why not? I think you can have fun, you can enjoy it, you can be creative, and please don't worry about all of the haters out there. Give yourself a chance and share ideas with a friend. So, for example, if you have come up with a design for your book cover, perhaps share it to a Facebook group or to your friend circle, family. Ask them, what do you think of this? Do you think it's a nice book cover or is it effective? And get some opinions. So, here is your task for today. Why not try it? Practice. You could write a short story of about 2,000 words, beginning with one of the following lines. Or you could even do both if you feel like it. So the first says, now he knew what rejection felt like. And the other says, I was a child, how could I have known what would happen next? Here is our little mind map again to help you with ideas for your story. So first of all, we need to think about who is your character. In the example of the man that felt rejection, is it a teenager, a young boy, a first crush? Is it someone who has been married and is getting a divorce? Who is this person? And with a child, can you imagine a little girl, a little boy? What do they look like? Then, secondly, what do they want? What does your character want in your story? Do they want revenge? Do they want sympathy? Are they on some kind of journey? Do they want to share a story? What do they want? And what are they doing? We'll get to that question. Number 3, where are they going? So this can be literally, where are they going? They could be on a bus. They could be in a taxi. They could be walking down the street, in a school building, in an office, in their home. So where are they and where are they going metaphorically too? Like, do they feel that they have no aims in life? Do they feel disappointed and let down? Is the child thinking of her dreams or his dreams? Where are they going, both literally and metaphorically? Then what are they doing? So it could be a normal business day, it could be a weekend, it could be a holiday, it could be a family event, it could be a wedding. So what are they doing? What is the environment that they find themselves in? Then in our short story, we need to build towards some kind of drama or climax where something happens, something crucial. It could be somebody is murdered, they lose money, there is a betrayal, a friendship ends, heartache. What is the drama here? And then in the end, how do they get out of or resolve that situation? So how do they mend that relationship, or how do they get out of the situation? If you want to, you can always leave something hanging like a cliffhanger. You could have a twist in your story, which is totally unexpected. Sometimes at the beginning of a story, we have our readers in total sympathy for our character, feeling sorry for them, feeling that we would like to help them. But at the end of the story, we realize that they were actually awful person or a villain of some kind. So think about how you would like that to pan out. Please share your work. And as writers, let us try to encourage each other, to build each other up, to give each other good advice. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Etsy, and Pinterest. And I really hope that you will take on your writing task today. Enjoy your writing and all strength to your writing arm.